welcome to Soaring Alignment. I'm Julie.
Hey, and I'm Deniz. Nice to be back here.
Yeah, we're so glad we're here because already it's September, so time is absolutely flying by. And we want to give you some messages for the month ahead and check in and just share our experiences as well. So, how's it been going for you, Denise?
Energetically, where are we at? Let's see. I had the last week, I had every single day somebody connecting with me, being very distressed to a point where people are suicidal, to the point where they feel they have no choice. Um, And so I get actually really warm hands now just talking about it. What I kept saying, because it's from clients to friends to dear sisters to, so many people in the world are struggling, especially here in Australia at the moment. And it felt like all that I kept hearing is stay centered, stay grounded, do your self mastery every day, walk your talk. That's really what came up for me so strongly. And with everything going on in the world at the moment, I feel actually also excited about this part, because I really feel this is part of our big shift we've been waiting for. So even though
Mm,
sometimes it looks very chaotic and it can be very heavy, but when you're
yeah,
doing your work, it feels like, okay, this is, look at the big picture. That's what I keep hearing as well. Keep looking at the big picture. Don't zoom in too much, because then you get lost in the nitty gritty
in
stuff.
the detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I think, because last week was a very high energy, like just so much, it's almost brewing and bringing everything up to the surface. And I think that's why it felt so challenging, for me personally as well. And
Mm.
it was almost, for me, being very clear about what I pay attention to, because my message last week was about create your own reality
Yeah.
and be, really selective about what you let into your world. Because, if you're going to listen to the news, if you're going, then you're going to be caught up in that energy. You can't not be. We're so whether one feels it or not, we are sensitive beings and we take on energy. So now more than ever, it's very important to be very clear about where your energy is at, what you're allowing into your life, and what you want in your life as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I agree. And what came up was like, don't lose the sense of self, because when you're like so
Mm,
hooked into the media, like you completely forget who you are,
absolutely.
really like
Yeah, yeah.
checking out, you know, in a
It's
way.
very I don't know. I don't watch the news, but when happen to walk past it, I felt so much fear from it, and it's just very destabilizing energy. So I personally would encourage, if anyone watches the news, not to. If you need to hear information, it will come to you somehow. That's what
Yeah,
I
different
believe.
channels as well. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I
And also, I suppose, sorry.
I actually, yeah, I got with that. This little one, I just share it now already. That I worked with that last night already, and this really came into the process for today's recording as well. And it feels like exactly that. It's like anchoring us in so strongly and protecting and giving us the stability. So yeah, I love that
Absolutely.
energy of this. Beautiful.
I'm I'm just laughing because that's exactly what I was going to say. Surprise, surprise. No, because well, Denise and I had a little chat beforehand, and I'd shown her my new Andara, which absolutely
Gorgeous.
love. Yeah, but the message of this morning was, stay in your power. Really come in and stay in your power, and that's, just as you said that, that's exactly what had came to
Yeah,
me as
perfect.
well. So
That's right.
yeah. So
Exactly.
that's super. Stay in your power, everyone. We all have a choice. It might not always be easy, but make your choice from a loving space and stay in love. And
Don't be part of the separation.
Exactly.
They're
Yes.
about forgiveness as well, you know, forgiveness and allowing everybody to do what they want to do. Right?
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
tricky when we have different opinions and thoughts, and their loved ones especially, but we always, our human race, we always having different opinions, thoughts and ideas. Why is this one at the moment getting so under our skin? So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Exactly. Yeah, now more than ever, it is just about accepting. Because the more that we can accept ourselves, the more that we accept others in what they do, and vice versa. When we accept others, we can accept ourselves more. So it's an important part of the
that's
process.
it's like never
Mm,
forget we are all one, truly.
exactly. Yeah, and this division is just an illusion, and don't buy into that fear illusion that is going around. That is, just before we birth into the new world, we have those birthing pains, and that's what we're experiencing now. So
Exactly. That's right. And that's
mm,
exactly when you have to look at the big picture and realize, why this is part of evolution as well. And I know,
yeah,
once we get into all the conspiracy stuff, it can be super like overwhelming, really. But even that, I check myself out from that. It's too much.
yeah, it's too much, and it's part, what do you call it? Two sides of the same coin.
That's right.
Um,
Exactly. Yeah. That I
yes.
and that's
So
that
if it,
more we stay in our center and can vibrate like that, and we become more aware of all of that, I think we achieve so much more than having the fear or anger or disagreements. And sounds a bit
yeah,
fluffy
exactly.
maybe, but it's scientifically proven. You vibe higher in the love vibration.
Yeah, exactly. So once you feel yourself going into those emotions of anger and or anxiety, fear, then it's just a good sign, being like, oh, okay, I'm out of alignment, time to come back in. You give yourself well, for me, I give myself the opportunity to feel those things and experience those things, because part of that journey as well, and part of the release. But then once it feels like it's been seen and heard, then it's time to move back into the love vibration and frequency.
Yeah,
So
yeah, right.
yeah,
Cool.
really good. And then, to help us along, just want to mention some astrological things. We've got the new moon coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 6th, 7th, I think, depending on where you are. So I think it must be in Virgo. I'm not an astrologist, but I try and just be aware of what's happening. And Mercury going retrograde at the end of the month, which will mean 7 planets in
7 and
retrograde.
retrograde. Yeah.
Yeah.
Strong energy
So
still to go over the old and change into the new energies, new patterns. And the new moon, we can, do our little
exactly.
ceremony. And it's all about that, what you just said about the self empowerment and being in your
Absolutely.
strength and your power.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. Ah, so good.
Exciting. Yeah, I
Yeah,
reckon
exactly.
we check in with the cards as well, I reckon, and
I
see
think
what
so.
else comes up to
I
share.
had just I just went and took it just as you were saying
Oh, yeah.
that. Synchronous synchronicities. Okay, let's see what tarot has to say. So 3 cards came out. So I'll just show you what's at the bottom of the deck first. Ooh. So we've got sorry about the lighting, 6 of Pentacles, and there it's about it's almost like rebalance in the because the pentacles represent our what do you call it, the physical, what we bring to the physical. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages, so it's hard to speak at the same time. And it's almost like rebalancing of karma as well. Like if things are happening to you that feel upsetting, just know at some point, if you've lived past lives, you've probably caused that as well. And part of the process is forgiveness and allowing that, not to get caught up in the detail and go, I'm going to get that back. Or, all of that is just fear. But, go back into your center and be able to forgive and be loving, because at some point, you know, we all encompass all those aspects within ourselves. And when we can forgive others, we forgive ourselves. It's part of that oneness again. So it's just about things coming back into balance, and which is maybe why we're experiencing what we are at the moment. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you still hear me and see me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it must be my end. So then the other cards that came out were, I'm just going to pull them out, sorry, one by one. The Strength card was can you see that?
Yeah, really clear.
Yes. Okay, so the Strength card is really pretty clear. It's about being strong in yourself, but the other message that comes along with it is taming that beast almost within us that wants to go into that, you know, fear mode, or wants to, you know, act out of alignment. And so it's just being able to tame that part of yourself and, you know, talk to it, be kind to it, and then allow yourself to go back into your full power. And then we've got the King of Swords, and so the King of Swords is almost like no BS, you know, just straight, clear, truth, integrity, and being, you know, like, it actually reminds me of your crystal that you just brought out. Yeah, it's just like, that's it, that's being it, that's you, that's all of us. Just be centered and aligned in our power and be that. And then the Page of Swords came out as well, and this is, for me, it's like you know, our thoughts, our ideas and everything. And I see the clouds, and it's about clearing that away. Like, it's almost like, to me, this is saying this is a daily practice, if not hourly practice. You know, when you feel yourself getting out of alignment, just come back in, because we are being challenged regularly to do that, because we are moving into a different way of being now, and so we have to let go of the old ways. And so it might feel really challenging, but even if it's, you know, you just have to keep yourself aligned.
That's great.
So yeah, that's what the tarot is saying.
Okay. Let's see now what is coming up with these cards. Any other messages for us for today, for September? Oh, one coming out already. Where are we going from here with that? All right, I actually got today 5 cards. So
Wow.
the first one that flew out is number 22, the Maiden. And again, you know, it's a little bit like the king with the sword. I see again a unicorn horn, or, you know, thinking about my crystal wand. It's about taking our power back. And it's also about falling in love again with yourself, with earth, with humanity. That's what comes in. And, you know, you see strong community around her, and it's everything is in balance and harmony, and she's just going within. So, you know, to be part of that stillness that you can always achieve within, that's what helps us to come out of it. And yeah, I feel that's a really beautiful, strong card. And then with a lot of green and golden energy in it for heart healing and strength as well. All right, and then we have the next 2 cards that came out. Number 51, In Two Minds, and number 61, The Temptation. So I feel like these 2 go hand in hand as well, because the card In Two Minds is exactly that, where we're pulled back and forth in our thoughts and our being, where we believe one thing and we don't want to go that way, but maybe we should go that way. So and it's the temptation is quite similar. It's where we can get lost in our mind. So when I get these cards today, I feel like with the knife or with the crystal to cut away all of that and to bring you back. So it's a reminder of staying mindful and go maybe more into meditation. And you don't even have to sit for like hours every day. Even if you just do a few minutes, a couple of times a day, that's fantastic already. So it's about staying on your path. Don't get sidetracked. Don't overthink and stay in your heart. And then I got the shapeshifter number 14. And for me, again, in this case, I feel like it can be very much about our mind, and even the emotions actually come up where we get caught up, and there can be waves, like so many of my friends experienced last week as well, and myself, where you fully stable and strong, but then one little thing can take you out and the emotion can go like a roller coaster. And that's like shape shifting, right? Because it's a chemical imbalance straight away in your body. And to keep, like, I just keep going to the beach whenever I have a moment and I feel a bit ungrounded or anything. You either jump into the water if you have the chance, or even just walking in the negative ions by walking, having a nice beach walk, or go into the bush. Even if you just have a tiny bit of grass somewhere around the suburbs, and to ground in. I feel like that's really important. Otherwise, that card feels very much otherwise stagnant. It can be very stagnant, same like the temptation and into mind. So these 3 cards all remind us of that. Like, don't let that, because I think we're still going to watch this for a while yet. It's not going to change from one day to another, right? So just keep that in mind. We stay in that love vibration, because she's right on top of that reading of the cards, and then on the bottom of where we're going from here, what is it going to be? And we got number 12, the Prince of Light.
Lovely.
So that's all about lifting up, rising your vibration, raising the vibration. But also he holds an egg in his hand. So when you have an egg or pearl on a card, usually they bring in gifts. And then this little fella in the corner has another one in his hand as well. So we got 2, one here and one down there. And strong community around again. So I feel like just even don't follow too much of what's going on in the world. Just know, with rising your own vibration, we anchor our own light into this planet, and we're shifting. We're already shifting so much. So it is exciting. Don't put your head in the sand before we get to the finish line, because it's like it's happening. It's all happening. Yeah, so they're my 5 cards that came up, and they fit so well. And I'd like to share one more thing with the golden and green card that came up. The first one, the Maiden, and your card about strength. I thought about the sun, the solar energy, and I had the solar flares just recently, and another one.
We've had solar winds, and like I think M class and then possibly X class, with M being medium.
And I actually had that Monday, the second last week of August. I was wiped out, and that was the day when we had a solar flare. But normally it takes quite a few days to get to Earth. But for some reason, I really was a mess that day.
I think there was even a solar eruption. So that, I don't know. I just feel like the sun has been very active.
And the Schumann resonance dropping, and there's so much going on. So whenever you feel a bit out of balance, just remember we're all going through it, and keep grounded. Good food, good diet comes to mind as well. I do my fair share of supplements anyway, and eating really healthy or mindful, but I amped up my vitamin C and zinc and vitamin D intakes, and buying organic food, whenever I can, of course. And
I think self-care is super important at the moment. Like, if you really feel unstable, do what you can to bring yourself back into balance, even if it means talking to someone, curling up in bed for a little while, or
that's right,
something that will bring you back, and doing things that are joyful as well, having a laugh. I know when you're feeling rubbish, it can be hard to do that, but even watching a show that makes you laugh for a few minutes, it can shift things very quickly.
Or do some drawing or doodling, or call a good friend. That's right. And that's another thing I really feel at the moment. We all have to really stick together. You know, we are a big
Mm,
community and there's so many of us and we all support each other. You know, we're
yeah,
all here for each
exactly.
other.
Yeah, that's so true. And that was like a what do you call it? Even in the cards, your cards, that was a lot of that as well about community
Yeah,
and
that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
And because the other three cards, they're more like, you know, you're taking yourself out when you get stuck in your head as well. So hopefully
Mm,
everybody can move and shift with by listening to this. You get maybe inspired and
yeah,
yeah, keep your
exactly.
hopes
No,
up. Yeah,
hmm and know that you're not alone. Like everyone is going through this, and there's always someone who, or you. There's always someone who you can rely on that will help you or support you through it. So don't ever feel that you have to do this on your own.
that's right. Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Perfect.
Okay.
That's such a
Yeah,
beautiful reading for September, for the beginning of the September. Awesome. Love
exactly.
it.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks for watching and listening. Sending you so much love and speak to you at the next video.
Yeah, thanks for supporting by
Okay.
watching. And thanks, Julie. It's always great to catch up as well.
Thanks, Denise.
I'll
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
everybody.
Oh, all right then. See you, everyone.
Bye. Much
Bye.
love.